Let's curve.
Welcome in, everyone. Utica TV Frozen Game Day post-game. We are here live from the Nexus Center. The Hobart Statesmen just won the national championship right in front of our eyes in a spectacular fashion in overtime. Guys, let's just talk about that game.
Well, I think one of the most positive things we can take is that JV got to pick right. We know what would ever happen.
Can you finally just say that you didn't want Hobart to win?
Okay, all right, I'm going to hear it saying this on the camera because the jinx is over. The only reason I picked Hobart wasn't because I thought they were going to win. I wanted to pick Utica. But as Jeremy noted earlier, I picked Utica to beat Montclair State in basketball, and they lost. So after that, I said every single time I'm picking against Utica in a big game. So picked against Hobart, did it in spectacular fashion, thinking it would be even better, even more of a jinx, but
it happens.
At the end of the day, the three-peat was stronger than the jinx.
It happens, and the work you did to publicly humiliate yourself was admirable.
Oh, thank you.
And you're a true pioneer for it.
Yeah, it was all part of the cause, but yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said it. Literally.
But, I mean, you got to look at it, like I said, Jack was saying, you got to look at the positives. I mean, the fact that this Pioneer team, like you said, at-large bid, go on to the national championship
a lot to take
and
away from
play the two-time reigning champs so tough that they lost by just inches. That shot,
half left on the clock.
I believe it was Johnny Malaire that went off the post, inches away from the Pioneers being national champions. So you got to look at this season as a huge success if you're Gary Heenan.
I want to hear what Jeremy has to say. He was the one on this call. I mean, Jeremy's kind of one of the voices of Pioneer hockey.
Give your spill.
I mean, the third period was so bad. It's tough to come back from that mentally, and they did have their chances in overtime. As you just mentioned, Malaire hit the pipe. I mean, of course, now I'm going to go, though, what if this happened? Shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? Play a better third period, you're national champions. Obviously, I'm on the team, right? If I was on the team, I'd be a little more sad, but I feel for the guys, like you said before, we've all been on the receiving end of this feeling. It sucks, don't get me wrong. I feel for Ray Biggs up in the booth. You know, he's been doing this for, I think he said, 13 years. Next year will be his 14th year being play-by-play guy for the men's hockey team. I feel for him a lot. You know, he's a really good guy. He taught me a lot this year.
He deserved the call.
And, yeah, listen, it's coming. It's coming definitely brewing. They have a great guy in between the pipes and Ryan Piros. To find a diamond in the rough with him.
All tournament team.
It's really, really tough to, stomach this, especially in your own backyard, because it felt like Utica had it, especially after last night. When we were on 2 nights ago, we were on top of the world. We were guys working the game. We were on top of the world. Now these guys, unfortunately, now back to reality. It's a really tough feeling, really tough thing to stomach. But with that being said, it's a phenomenal season. Again, this team wasn't supposed to be in the national championship where they were in the midway point of the season. They went to the transfer portal, got some really great guys, and the other guys really, really stepped up. Listen, it sucks that my personal college hockey calling career is over, at least for the foreseeable future. It was a great time, calling men's hockey games, women's hockey games here at Utica. Ray, again, taught me so much. Working with you guys has been nothing short of phenomenal. Working with our great CV staff and lovely Brady Bernard, event manager over to our right. Again, nothing short of amazing. I love working with you guys. Love calling games for this team. And they'll definitely be back. Unfortunately, I won't be. Unfortunately, none of us, but Jack will be. So instead of hearing my stupid voice next year, it'll be all Jack and his brilliant insight up in the booth with Ray Biggs all season long. And Jack, you're going to be the guy in the Teddy Red Toss next year. So a lot of big things looking for you. And I'm very excited to see what is next for not only the hockey team and, the future wins and losses to come, but excited for your future here as well.
Yeah, and this is the beauty of sports right here. I mean, at the end of the day, like the heartbreak we feel is nothing compared to what's on the ice, what's on the bench. At the end of the day, the heartbreak in the bar, the heartbreak on campus right now when that goal went in, that's the beauty of sports. That's what sports is all about. My sophomore year, I was on the soccer team here. We made it all the way to a championship for the second time in history. First time since 2013, I believe. Same thing, went into overtime, lost on a golden goal. It's one of the most heartbreaking things, and the biggest thing I really felt, especially sitting up in the stands taking pictures, is watching all the older guys like Shane Murphy, Scoville. They're the ones getting consoled by all the younger guys. I was the younger guy consoling the older guys, knowing that not only is this your last game, this is the worst way to go out, and that sucks. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, that's a great point, Nico. Sorry to cut you off, JB. I'm not trying to stop on your ground. No. But when they they had to obviously review every angle of the goal just to make sure it is a good goal. I mean, there's not one angle that made it seem like it wasn't. It's, again, a phenomenal play. Ryan Pierce did all he could to keep his team in it all game long, made 40-plus saves, and it was just a bad defensive zone turnover that led to the game-winning goal for Hobart. I don't even know who scored the goal. The name just scrambled somewhere
29,
in my brain.
Number 29.
Yeah, sure, him. Whatever. He scored. They scored the game winner. Ryan Piros did all he could. He ran out of room to skate, and it was a terrible turnover in the D zone. Tanner Daniels picked off a pass, and they hemmed the Pioneers in their zone yet again. And There's a man got lost behind the defenseman, picked up the puck and just waded Piros out to the edge, got to the far side post. Piros couldn't give anymore, didn't have any length left to give out. And I mean, I love the point you brought up, the young guys controlling the older guys. That's what we saw while they were going over the replay. You had all the the older guys hanging their heads, Scoville, Bro, Murphy, the list goes on and on, whoever it is. And it was cool to see the guys, showing love to each other at least one last time. This has been, like I said, it's not just a team, it's a family. These guys play for each other, they fight for each other. Congrats to the Hobart Statesmen. Congrats to JB right here. You got to pick right. I got to wear a wig.
I gotta order that tonight.
I'm not paying for it.
I got you. Don't worry. I'm the director.
It's an even worse day for me. No, we don't got to pay for it. I'll just do something stupid on the show on Wednesday.
We'll figure out a fun punishment. It doesn't have to have money involved.
Yeah, and could go back to the recap of what happened on the last goal. I know it was a turnover, and that's a rough way to lose, especially in overtime. I've seen plenty of them from my own team. I've been in-house at Prudential Center when Jack Hughes lets up a turnover against the Flyers. No team I hate more than the Flyers. I'll even say I don't hate the Rangers as much. It's rough to see. You're welcome. It's rough to see, but to give them some credit there, like, that was a rough bounce. It was a rough bounce on the ice, and it was a turnover, but it's tough to control, and it's all part of the game. A minute and a half left. Biggest thing I noticed from the Pioneers were they were shots, and we kept honing in the whole game on how deep they were, how they were going to be ready for overtime. I don't know how ready they really were. I kept hearing it from the Statesman crowd when I was in there too. They kept saying, we've been here, we're fine, and they were right. They have been here. They've been there for how many overtimes was it? Have we confirmed that?
4, I believe.
4 versus Curry.
They kept saying, give us another overtime. I want it. We've been there.
Yeah.
You could tell all the guys on the ice were fresher. They wanted more. I think they're deeper than we gave them credit for.
And they've won 3 national championships in a row. This is what they do. Obviously, not everyone has to go to OT to win it, but I really thought once Valera hit the post, that's all the Pioneers had to give. That's all they had left.
Oh,
and
so
the longer
close.
it drew out, the longer we were going to have to play. It's his favorite Hobart, and we saw it. The Pioneers, like you said, they were gassed. How many times we see them pinned in their own end to close the first, second, and third period, and obviously overtime. Once it got to the 2-minute mark, I looked up. I was actually recording the game on my phone. I was like, all right, I'm going to have to stop this recording pretty soon because I think I know how this movie ends. We saw Hobart completely just control the play and keep the Pioneers in their own zone for the final 2 minutes of every single period. And unfortunately, something has to give. Like you said before we even started today, JB, an immovable force, an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. And unfortunately, Ryan Piros just couldn't move anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you said it right there. I was going to bring up the point about Hobart. I just got to give them so much credit. The Statesmen came in here, and obviously I picked them because they were back-to-back national champs, but they played some of the best hockey. Somebody who doesn't really know hockey or watch hockey too much, that was the best way to watch it. I mean, honestly, the fact that they skated with the speed that they had from the opening puck drop till the final goal of the game, they outskated the Pioneers with speed every single second they were on the ice, and they did it throughout. That's why you have to give this coaching staff, these guys, so much credit. The fact that they played so hard and their motor did not stop the whole game. That's just what championship teams do.
Yeah, 100%. And you could tell how they were a championship caliber team the whole game. The only period of the game where you could really say that Utica was better was the second period, but I still wouldn't say it was the whole period. This was certainly a game for Hobart to win the entire time, and I have to give a lot of credit to the Pioneer team being in the boat they were in to keep it close like that and give this crowd and give this whole barn a shot, because it really did look like we were going to do it for a while.
I thought
it really
so.
did.
When Malera had the open look and it was one-on-one with the goaltender, I was like, oh my gosh, we were right here watching it. I was like, we're about to watch the Pioneers win a national championship.
Do it yesterday.
Inches away.
They looked
inches away, and they had so many other chances too. There's a couple things that I would have liked.
Statesman.
Oh
yeah, when that Malera shot went off.
There's things that I feel like that they had success with versus Curry that they didn't use today. They didn't use the slap shots from the blue line. They didn't really work the rebounds, and I feel like those are the types of things that versus Curry, we didn't see them really have. It was opposite. I mean, versus Curry, they didn't really have those breakaways. Today, that was what they all had. All of their offense was off of breakaways. But and you saw in the Curry game, the rebounding was huge. Didn't use it here tonight.
Second pucks were the biggest part of the game. That's the narrative of the game, especially late in the game when both tendies just couldn't not save the puck. Second pucks are everything in a game like that, especially Beaver. You couldn't get it by him, but it was bouncing off his pad every time, and there just wasn't a second man, a trailing run to get that last puck in. Because at the end of the day, if there was going to be a goal, it was going to come off a second puck opportunity.
That's exactly what I was going to bring up. I mean, you had no chance of beating either of those goalies if it wasn't off a rebound or a broken play, which is what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, Beaver, how many times we see him on his back?
Losing his stick.
He lost his stick. He got his hand sliced. in that overtime
Exactly.
period, I believe,
forgot about
he
that,
was
too.
on his backside, had to completely jump up. He looked like a cat the way he jumped down and like swatted the
Yeah.
puck
At one point,
away.
he was in a full split for
Yeah,
like 30 seconds.
he was like a full Nelson. It's indescribable what this guy was doing, and I mean, at that point, you got to be like, you know what? They were the better team, and that they were. I mean, like you said, they've been here before. This was their game to lose the whole way. They weren't going to lose it. Then the longer it drew out, the longer the Pioneers had to continue to battle. They had no chance, and there was no rebound today for the Pioneers offensively. There was no second rush. There was no, last second give for them. And when you don't have that in a hockey game, really any sport or even in life, if you don't have that second push, you're not going to get very far. And
No.
Pioneers did all they could, just ran out of air at the end.
Yeah, and that's what happens, especially a deep run like this where maybe you weren't supposed to be here, but I wouldn't say they weren't supposed to be here, but that's a lot of times what happens. A lot of the energy just kind of deflates as the game goes on, especially like being up 1-0 and then being tied 1-1. They don't like being in that kind of a situation. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. It was one of those things where you could tell mentally Hobart kind of always thought we're going to win this game, and you could kind of just knew, like, we can be, because the better teams don't always win. That's
No,
sports.
it's not true.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
the better
absolutely.
teams do not always win. So there's a piece in their head mentally as a Pioneer thinking like they might be better than us right now, but that doesn't mean we can't scrape it. Like we said in the beginning in the pregame, like it's a clean slate in a national championship like this. You know what I mean? So the whole time they're thinking like, yeah, we can scrape by, but by no means were they a better team at any point, except for maybe half of the second period.
Yeah, boys. Any final thoughts before we wrap up here? I mean,
I just want to
awesome
congratulate all the boys out there.
Yeah.
First, Hobart, obviously, like, congratulations, but I really want to congratulate this Pioneer team. I don't want you guys to forget that you guys did make history today. There's never been a team that's ever been in a national title. You guys are truly, not to be pioneers of the program.
No, it's true.
No,
it's
seriously,
true though.
Seriously,
First to do something.
Like, you guys were the first to do it. All the older guys that might be hanging their heads, I know you're never gonna watch this, but like, seriously, you guys did everything for this program. You built this program from the ground up. You gave me 4 years of enjoying good hockey. You really got me into hockey. I fully enjoy it. This is a great team, and there's a lot to be proud of. I know you're gonna be upset, but we go into next year. We're back at the odd for the national championships. Hopefully, we're here for the national championships as well, and we avenge it at the end of the day. And I also want to thank all the crew. I'm looking at Kate. I'm looking at Terrence directing, taking over the director role. I'm looking at Tobias. I'm looking at Trey. I'm looking at Brady, Laura over there. This has been such a to cover as a journalist. We're all journalists here at the end of the day, aspiring journalists in some degree, whether it's photos, multimedia, TV personalities, whatever it is. To be able to cover an entire national championship game from pregame to first intermission to second intermission to an intermission before an overtime, and then still be here no matter who won this game. We're sitting here as journalists doing a post-game report right now, and we're heartbroken. Jeremy, that was your last call, and you had one hell of a calling career, especially in hockey. It's your thing, and I congratulate you on such a good career. All of us are about to be done, and we're still doing this anyway. You know what I mean? This is a beautiful thing, and I'm proud of all of us. I'm proud of everyone here, and I'm proud of the team.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And
really well said.
to piggyback
That's why I
off
was
that
captain
again,
of
like,
soccer.
thank you to our amazing crew. Thank you to Nico. This was, your entire idea to even do something like this. Obviously, the 4Js transformed into something like this. Glad we got you on the show here. You've been phenomenal to JB, Jack, and myself, and Notar, our crew. It's been nothing short of phenomenal. Thank you to Laura for all she's done for us. I mean, without her, obviously, none of this happens. Thank you to Doug, who helped put this on the airwaves tonight. Nick Phillips back in the studio as well.
Yeah, we're on the
Ray
airwaves.
Biggs, who has had a phenomenal career here, going to continue next year with Jack. I mean, this not only is obviously Pioneer Athletics, Pioneer Hockey in a great spot, but Utica TV is really in a great spot. I really love the trajectory they're going. Terrence is going to be phenomenal. Die next year to run this thing. Tobias is great. Trey in there as well. Another great guy to have. Actually, no, I think Trey's graduating, so I take that back. But Trey's still a great guy.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
Tobias
He's in
graduating
our
as well.
boat.
Brady B over here in the corner, another great guy. Love playing Second Life with him. And again, Kate, not even in college, a high school student, comes down here, helps out on a Sunday night.
it
It's
too.
like
Kills it.
10:30. She's got class at probably 7 a.m. tomorrow.
I don't miss that. I don't
Earlier
miss
than
that.
we do. But I mean, again, at the end of the day, without obviously people behind the scenes and our mentors like Laura and Doug and Paul MacArthur, I'm sure he's listening to this right now. So Paul, shout out to you. Glad I don't have to go to Comlaw on Tuesday.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
But
Me and Jack will be
again,
there.
like shout out
Got
to
that
everyone.
done.
Thank you to everyone who has showed us the ropes the past 3-4 years and for everything they've given us in the CMM major and the multimedia we've been exposed to. And thank you guys for being such phenomenal, not only co-hosts or analysts, whatever. Thank you guys for being such great friends to me. Without you guys, I mean, college is nothing of what it has been for me. So, listen, that's my freshman year.
I thought this talk was going to be graduation. I thought we would be crying at graduation. We might just do it here the next
I
semester.
thought I was transferring out freshman year to come back and obviously get as close as I am to you guys and have a relationship with you guys and our whole crew and our professors and everything. I wouldn't trade this for the world. So thank you guys. I love you all. And on to Wednesday at baseball game day.
Yeah, here we go. You guys said it all. Also want to give a huge shout out to Jordan Lambert, our amazing sports information director,
I
letting us
forgot
do this.
somebody.
Yep,
Letting us do
always
this.
someone.
Head coach Gary Heenan for giving us the
Dad.
opportunity to do this. Thank you so much. Obviously, probably not listening, but thank you guys. And thank you all to our amazing and awesome viewers, listeners, mom, dad. I know you guys are watching. Love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Utica TV Frozen Game Day. It's been an absolute honor being here, covering the national championship for you guys and the Frozen Four. We'll be back, hopefully at baseball, hopefully weather depending. We will keep you updated.
This will not be our last, yeah.
Will definitely will not be our last. So stay tuned and always remember to